That looks like it, but give me 1 second here. I'm looking for the water pump. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be your water pump right here.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going to be a belt-driven water pump. So you got a belt on there. So you would talk about the same way. Water pump is not missing any nuts and bolts. It's properly mounted, secured. No leaks coming off of it. No damage. Appears to be belt-driven. So I checked the tension of the belt. Dude.
It's the same pressure?
Yeah, 1/2 inch to 3/4. Okay. Belt's not cut or frayed. Okay. Any rubber hoses you see, which right here and here, check for blisters, cuts, and leaks. Connections are tight on the ends, so you're cool with that. There's your coolant tank.
Coolant tank right there.
Properly mounted, no missing nuts and bolts, no cracks, no damage, no leaks. Level is adequate. Cool?
Yeah.
Between low and full there. Cool.
I got my hoses for my coolant. It's not leaking, not cut, afraid.
Right.
Connections are tight on both sides.
Now I'm checking your exhaust now. Let me see.
This the exhaust right here, right?
Now this truck, the pipe comes out the bottom.
Okay.
So you just check for cracks, punctures, soot, no soot. Check your clamps on the exhaust, that they're tight. Muffler runs up underneath the cab of the truck. Shows up right back in there. Difficult to see, but you see it.
Yeah, I see it.
It's
back
no
there.
cracks, punctures, or leaks on that. No soot.
Gotcha.
Now everything else should be on the other side like it is. All right. Dun dun dun. This is my first looking at this truck too. We just got this truck. We haven't had it that long, so that's why it's taking me a little bit to find everything. Dipstick is right there. See your dipstick?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you let them know you checked the oil, it should be above the add line. Takes a gallon at a time. If I need to put any oil in it, it goes in the top right there. See where that oil filler cap is?
Right here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right there.
So that's your oil. Now your power steering. There's your reservoir,
Power
obviously.
steering reservoir. That's my gearbox.
That's your gearbox. Now, the power steering pump. You're on this truck, you're not going to be able to see it. I've seen trucks like this before, the automatics like this.
Okay.
This hose here would lead you to your power steering pump. Both these hoses here. So if you follow them, you'll notice it goes down inside the frame, but it's not visible.
Okay.
So
is that it right there?
It's way down inside there.
Way down inside.
Yeah. So you can't actually get to it. You can't actually inspect it. But if I could inspect it, here's what I inspect it for: proper hardware. Not, it's properly mounted, secure. No missing hardware. It's not cracked or leaking. No signs of any damage on the water pump. That's what you're looking for. Leaks
is it gear driven on this one?
Yeah, it's going to be gear driven. There's no belts to be seen. So that would be your power steering pump. It's down inside there. Same as the air compressor. All right, so you don't see an air compressor here. Not visible. Just like the automatic, it's going to be down inside the frame.
Got it.
Can't see it. If I could, this is how I'd inspect it. Properly mounted. Any hoses coming off of it, I check to make sure the connections were tight, nothing leaking. With the engine running, and make sure it's working properly.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be the differences on this truck. You can't see the air compressor, you can't see the power steering pump, and the water pump is on that. It's lower. Still got your gearbox, Pitman arm, drag link.
Right.
Tie rod back there. The steering arms on the end.
My leaf spring mounts, my U-bolts, my brake hose, my brake chamber, my slack adjuster, push rod, shock absorber right here, right?
What's that? Where's the steering arm? On the ends of the tie rod. So you got your tie rod behind your axle. So the steering arms are at the very end.
That yellow, that's the shock absorber, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. And it's not leaking any hydraulic fluid. It's not been cracked or broken. It's properly mounted, secure with bolts right here, bolts right there, and nuts.
Not leaking. Cool. All right, so that's your differences on this truck. Kind of looks a little more simplistic over here.
Jack, let me
Yeah.
ask you something.
Yeah, but
Is this axle or a hub seal?
it's a hub oil seal.
Oh, it just looks different.
Yeah, it does.
Almost look like an axle.
It looks to me like you got a sight glass here that's been spray painted over.
Oh, okay. That threw me off.
Yeah, which probably means they didn't want the drivers
To know.
of this company trying to play mechanic with it.
Oh, gotcha.
So they probably just said, look, we do services on it, we'll have a mechanic check it, we don't want you playing with it. So again, you'd inspect it the same way. All your bolts are in place, there's no cracks, nothing leaking, no damage. If I could see through a sight glass, I check to make sure the level was adequate.
Yeah, I got all that.
Valve stem and cap, bam, the cap's missing on this truck. I still check to make sure that valve stem was not bent or damaged. I use a tire gauge to make sure my PSI was at manufacturer specification.
And it's not leaking. The valve stem not leaking any air.
All your
My lug nuts are present.
lug nuts present,
Right.
none missing. There you go.
No
That's
rust streaks, no
shiny threads or distorted
shiny
holes.
threads. Yeah.
Right. So cool. I'm just trying to hit the key things for you there.
Gotcha.
Of course, the tire tread. The key thing there is don't forget to tread depth for 30
for
seconds.
30 seconds on
Then
your steer
it's,
tires.
the rest is obvious. It's no cuts, no cracks, no dry rot, even wear, no cupping, no blisters. Tread depth for 30 seconds.
Yep.
Cool. The brake drum inside. Can you see it? You cannot. It's got a debris cover over the drum and liner. Okay, you see that?
Oh, yeah.
So you can't see it? Talk about it as if you could.
Got it.
So on my brake drum, I can't see it because it's got a cover over it. If I could, I'd check to make sure there's no grease, no heat damage, which would be like a bluish tint. I make sure there's no illegal wells or cracks or holes. I make sure that the brake liner inside was at least a 1/4 inch thick, also with no contaminants on it.
Right, no oil,
grease or-
no grease.
Right on.
Yep.
So just talk about it as if you could see it.
Gotcha.
Cool. So that's that back here. Any differences? Yep. See a big difference back here. No sliding fifth wheel.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
fixed fifth wheel.
That's right.
So you don't have to talk about your locking pins. You don't have to talk about the air hose. It's
Air
not
hose
there.
is nothing. Yeah.
So it's going to be easier for you over here.
Got you.
So when you're inspecting your coupling system here, you still got your apron
Right.
seated properly on your fifth wheel, meaning there's no gap, right?
Right.
The
My
top of the
skid
fifth
plate
wheel, that's called your skid plate.
It's
Make sure it's
properly
properly
lubricated. Yeah.
Then the fifth wheel itself not bent or damaged. It's mounted to your platform with that little bolt right there.
Yeah.
The release arm is intact. Your little security latch is intact, not bent or damaged. You got a locking jaw inside your fifth wheel. Make sure that's engaged across the kingpin.
Yeah.
Speaking of the kingpin's not damaged.
Damage, not, man.
Cool. And again, it's not sliding, it's fixed.
Yeah.
So you're cool there. Now let me see something
See
here.
my drive shaft, my U joints.
All right. Now check this out.
What's up?
I haven't seen this before, but you got your leaf springs back here. Not cracked, shifted, or broken. However,
That one is broken.
that looks like it's not properly mounted and secured.
Should we say that on the test? That's
Yeah.
what I'm confused by. If we see something wrong with this
Yeah,
truck.
don't act like it's all good because
It's
they're
all
going to
good.
think you don't know the difference.
Okay, so this is purposely done like this.
I don't think it's purposely done.
No,
I
I'm
think
just
it's
saying
done.
for the test to see if we know it. I mean, I know it. I just want
Yeah.
to be
If it
sure
was
that I'm
me-
not just saying what's right on. I want to say what's right on this truck specifically and say like what
So,
it should be.
If it's
like.
me inspecting this, right? I got the tester here, he's testing me. I don't want to act like everything's everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I'm inspecting my leaf springs. What I'm looking for is make sure they're not cracked, shifted, broken, and there's no missing leaves.
Right.
I will point out that leaf right there does not look properly mounted and secured to me. So I would mention it, see about if they want to get it serviced or not, right?
Gotcha.
So you're pointing out something doesn't look right there. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not going to fix it,
Right.
but I might talk to someone who is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So bango. And then you're good with that. Then you got your mounts. No missing hardware. It's properly mounted. It's not damaged, including the bushings on the inside. And you got one at the back as well. Easily seen right there.
Yep, I got all this. I know.
All right. You still
that.
got your... You got your
Phone for the
U-bolts, but guess what? You don't have a shock absorber to talk about.
No shock absorber on this truck.
No, and no airbag either.
And no airbag. Yeah,
So,
because you don't have
got
no
some
air
more free-
hoses.
You got some more free points coming, right?
Right.
Because if it's not on there, you get the point. You see what I'm
So
saying?
don't even mention it or still
That's
mention
not there.
it? Okay,
You're just inspecting what's there.
gotcha. Cool enough for me.
Right on. So what's going to happen is on your test, they got a box that's got airbags, and they got a box that says shock absorber. Well, it's not here, so if it's not there, they're supposed to draw a line through it and give you the point.
Gotcha.
So you get that automatically.
Gotcha.
So on inspections, you want points, okay?
Absolutely.
On your driving, you don't want points.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So yeah, so if they go, well, I got to give you a point for your turn signal, don't go, oh yeah, right, that's right. No, it means you didn't do this.
Gotcha.
But they're not going to talk to you like that anyways. They're just going to
Right.
be driving. Marking. And again, I'm going to point out, if you see them grab the clipboard and write stuff down, don't freak out. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. They're writing stuff that you did right as well, okay? They got to mark that you did this correctly, this incorrectly, this, you know what I mean? So just because they're writing doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Gotcha.
Cool. I know people like when they see me grab the clipboard, they're like, hey, what are you doing over there, man? It's like, hey, relax, man. It's all
Exactly.
good. You
I
know
can
what I
say
mean?
something like, man, everybody understand like this point, right?
Yeah.
My phone finna die. I just want to get the back of the trailer lights. I still get them
Yeah,
confused.
we're going to get that.
Yeah.
I just want to point out another thing. Easy street again, because only one axle back here.
Yeah, axle.
So
Hub,
that-
axle, hub.
But you only got one, like on the other trucks,
Oh,
Two
yeah,
axles.
that's right.
right?
It's
So
on
you don't have
one
to worry about
set
shock
of
absorbers. You're missing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, yeah. Go
You don't
ahead,
have
Jack.
to, yeah, you don't have to talk about shock absorbers, airbags, a whole other axle you don't have to talk about, right?
Right,
So a little bit of an easy street for you here.
right,
So cool. Then don't forget to mention that your frame,
right,
tractor frame, clears your landing gear,
right.
right? Oh, and you still get a drive shaft. I'm reasonably certain.
Yeah, the drive shaft with
Bam,
The
bam,
U
bam,
joints.
right there with the U joint. Yeah.
still got your catwalk, your planks, your steps, no debris, your lines,
The brake change.
all
Yep.
that
Your
stuff.
brake system all the same.
Your frame is not bent, cracked, or broken.
Landing gear all the way up,
well's
the
not
handle's
broken. The
secured.
landing gear is up. The handle is secure. We still got that light right here. Still the side of the trailer, no bulges, no holes,
Now, the
all
trailer's gonna
rivets.
be the same that you used to.
And you got a torsion bar back
Torsion
here.
bar, you got the sliding deal.
Right,
Everything the same over here.
cool.
Let's see on the back. All right, so what you're looking for here, just to go over hinges. Bang, bang, bang. All my hinges, I'm checking to make sure there's no cracks on them, right? They're not damaged. No missing hardware. All the nuts and bolts are in place. It's properly mounted and secured.
Gotcha.
My handles and my latches, like to make sure they're not bent or damaged. Everything is properly mounted and secured. I'd even check to make sure they're working properly. Throw that out there. You don't have to open the doors up or nothing like that. Just let them know and make sure it's working properly.
Gotcha.
Door seals all around the doors are all intact and not damaged or missing. If you want to point out some damage, right? I see some damage here. It's not that severe. I see some damage here. Again, just a mental note.
Right.
Not severe enough to keep the truck from getting on the road. DOT tape across the bumper and up in my corners over there and across the back of the door is not peeling off or missing.
Gotcha.
All my lights are the proper color, which is red. And I got turn signals, brake lights, four-way flashers, and marker lights, right? So
Yeah.
everything's good there. I even got a tag light. I checked to make sure that was not missing or damaged, and proper color, which is clear or yellow.
Got my
I got door hooks on the side. They're properly mounted, not bent or damaged or missing, right?
right.
The door. So you got your hinges, handles, latches, and hooks, door seals,
Gotcha.
and lights. Pretty much what you see in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Down the passenger side, nothing unique over here, so I'd inspect it all the same as I did the driver's side. Don't have to do it, just point out that you would.
Gotcha.
Unless there was something unique, nothing unique. Something unique could be the landing gear handle, sometimes having a door or a spare tire holder, but that's not the case on here, so this is going to be easier for you, I think.
I'm ready.
A lot of stuff you don't have to worry about on this. I like this.